Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris, and you are listening and possibly watching Tales from the Tarheel State. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Monday morning, and I'm trying to learn how to do all this stuff, so bear with me. We've got this is my mic here. We're set up, recording. So we're going to try to link up and sync up the video and the audio. So anyway, that's what's going on here. This is episode number 28. And I don't know what the hell the date is. April 17th or 18th maybe. It's a Monday morning. It's cloudy and just started raining here a little bit. So we're looking at a cool rainy day here in the South. A little unseasonably cool. But not that unseasonably. We're probably getting a frost tomorrow, I think. So what's see? Tomorrow's 19th. Yeah, today's the 18th. So the 20th will be Wednesday, 4/20. To all you reefer heads out there. Yeah. So anyway, we'll figure that out. Anyway, here we go. So this week has been interesting for me. It's been a lot of crazy shit going on out there in the world, but we've got Easter, of course. Easter was this weekend. We had people shooting up each other all over the fucking country, apparently. South Carolina and I think Pennsylvania. It's fucking crazy. You know? I mean, it's Easter. It's when we celebrate the first zombie, Jesus, the original zombie, numero uno, the OG zombie, the inspiration for all the Walking Dead and every zombie thing that's ever been. I guess Jesus would be the inspiration for that. I mean, he's the first walker. So there you go. A little surprised that people are killing on such a holy day. I saw a church up the road and their sign says, "It's not about the bunny, it's about the lamb." Okay, so you guys remember that when you're out there shooting each other. It's about the lamb being led to slaughter. But that's what it's about, y'all. Don't forget. So, anyways, I bought that little Toyota. And it's a really cool little car. I've been really enjoying driving the little car. It obviously needs some work. It's 42 years old. It's never been restored. Supposedly the motor's been rebuilt. The oil pressure gauge doesn't work right because it's all the time like up or down. I never know what it's doing. So just ordered a new oil pressure gauge and switch and everything. So I'll get that in the mail here probably tomorrow. I got brakes coming and stuff. All the parts are really cheap. It's just a matter of doing the work yourself because everybody charges a fortune these days. So I took it to this cat and that I grew up with and was going to have him do some stuff. I didn't grow up with him really, but he's from the same town I'm from. And, we have mutual friends. And I wasn't trying to name drop our friends, but, I just thought I'd see how this guy would treat me. And I quickly found out that, I just wanted him to put the shocks and struts on the car. I didn't realize that, people are charging so much to do something like that, even if you have the shocks and struts, although the parts aren't expensive. I called another place here in town after this dude basically told me my car was a piece of shit, wasn't worth putting any money into. Now, I grew up working on old cars and stuff, not out of choice, but not because I had a job, but because my old man had, hunks of shit forever, and it would make me get out there and help him, which was not a lot of fun for me. My dad was big and mean and had no patience for me and was probably bipolar, which apparently I am too. I recently started taking medication for that. And a buddy of mine was like, "Wow, between that and the antidepressants you're taking, you should be a zombie." And I was like, "No, sadly, I'm not a zombie. It makes me feel probably like I assume other people feel. I feel fairly normal. Maybe for the first time in my life, I don't feel like I'm on edge constantly and about to flip out over everything someone says." So that relates to this guy saying some things that when I was younger, I might have snapped out on him. He was seriously offensive. Told me I had a shitty paint job, which I know what I'm looking at, okay? I know that it has a shitty Mako paint job. That's fine. I didn't buy it because I thought it had a fucking fancy paint job. I bought it because it supposedly had a rebuilt 20R Toyota motor, which is good for about 250, 300,000 miles without a lot of work. And with expenses of things these days at the grocery store and gas prices, I felt like it was wise to go back to driving an old four-cylinder. That's something that I can even work on myself if need be, although I didn't think I was going to have to do all this work. So the place up the road wanted $950 just to put shocks and struts on, which to me is, I mean, goddamn, man. You're trying to price yourself out of a job when no working class person can fucking afford that. I can see why people don't bother to fix their vehicles. It's cheaper for them to just go get another one and make car payments. They can't afford to fucking spend $950 to put shocks and struts on. And that's if they already bought the shit themselves. So, yeah, it's pretty fucking wild, man. Yeah, so apparently in Wake County, they're getting $150 an hour. That's what the shop charges for hour of labor on a car. Cat I took it to is charging $120. So he only charged me for a half an hour, and it took me about an hour and 10 minutes to get there. Hour and 10 minutes to get home. He didn't do anything to the car, which I wanted him to check out the motor and like check the oil pressure, maybe do a leak down test on the compression, but didn't do any of that shit. Just told me everywhere it was leaking and stuff, so, you know, well, that's great. You know, it gives me a list of things to fix. So I've already, a buddy of mine, Brandon, shout out to Brandon, he helped me put the struts on already. And I put plugs on it myself and rotor button and plug wires myself and got the timing set like it's supposed to be. The timing was way off, and he's telling me that the car ran like a 20-yard runs, which I knew was bullshit because I drove them, you know, when I was younger. My dad had one. I knew other people that had them, and this motherfucker had the balls to say to me, he clearly doesn't know who I am. I would like to smack him in his fucking face. Well, your recollection of what those things run like is the memory of a child who was just excited about having a car. The condescending nature of that shit made me want to slap the fuck out of him. Since how when I was, you know, in high school, I had a fucking Plymouth Duster and it had 120 on the speedometer, and the motherfucker would run way past that. I figured the fastest I ever had it was about 135. And so I know how fucking what a fast car is. I know what a car runs like. I know what the one my dad had would run about 90 in third gear. And it was a 20R. And it was stock. Okay? In fourth gear, I know I've seen 115 in the car easily before. It never even got into fifth. But it fucking the suspension and shit was so wore out on that one that, you know, you got a little nervous at that point. It's time to let off the fucking gas before you know, kill yourself or somebody else doing something stupid in a car that, you know, is just not ready to be going that fast. Told me that it had been wrecked and put back together. Yeah, I could see where they had a little fender bender in the front and they changed the fender out, but it still has all the original light bezels, the grill, unless all that hardware came off another car, which I'm sure it did not, because it would never find one that had all that shit that wasn't fucked up. And the frame has never been heated up or anything. You can see that the frame's never been heated and straightened, so it didn't bend the frame or anything. And I could see that the fucking body panels didn't line up. I've done body work before because my dad also made me do that shit, working on all his hunks of shit for money I owed him for things that he did for me as a young man growing up. Apparently, that most people's parents just would happily do for them. I had to pay for everything, so one way or the other, ass, gas, or grass, right? I didn't have to do it with ass, thank God, but definitely had to pay my way. Of course, he'd probably say he did everything for me, just like he always told me he paid all my sister's bills and shit for her so many times that like he couldn't count. So, anyways, yeah, really, I tell you, man, if it wasn't for Brandon, I would have not been able to get the fucking car where it is already. I mean, obviously, he gave me a fucking timing light, and I bought some spring compressors, or, strut spring compressors, so that he can have those, of course. I'm not going to keep those. And I wanted to fucking give him some money, but he doesn't want money, so I got to go over there and do some landscaping, which is cool. I'm fine with that. I'll fucking borrow his truck, and I'll go to a fucking nursery and buy the plants and stuff so we can get them at a reasonable price instead of going to fucking Lowe's or some shit. And, I'll do some landscaping for him, get the front of his house looking good. See what I can do for him in that regard, and he'll help me with the car, and he's excited to work on it anyway because his first car was an 81 and this is a 1980 Celica. So yeah, at any rate, I still got some leaks to fix. I got to fix the transmission leak at the top around the shifter, the top boot seal, whatever. So I guess I can get like a medium throw shifter or something. He was talking about good luck finding a seal for it. So I guess I'll just buy an changeover kit. And that should seal it up and get that to quit leaking. And then I'm going to have to find a yoke for the rear differential, or at the very least a seal. Or, I don't know, maybe I can go and try to find a whole other differential in the junkyard somewhere and buy the whole fucking thing and see what, find a decent one and salvage the good parts and, that'll work. Or I don't fucking know at this point. I don't know. But I want to try to fix that leak. So yeah, working on all that shit. I ordered a catalog from Dr. Evil on Amazon. Not a catalog, but an original Haynes manual. So an old one. And so it's used. So I think it's like $12 or something used on old Dr. Evil. And what else have we got there? Yeah, my fucking plantar fasciitis has been killing me. That's really nice. I was talking to my man Z, and he was just like, I was like, man, I don't know what I did, but like my plantar fasciitis is killing me. He's like, oh no, man, you don't have to do nothing. It just happens now. You're sold. So enjoy. I was like, great. That makes me feel fucking wonderful. Makes me feel all cozy and warm inside. You know what I'm saying? Apparently that smacking my lips is some weird shit too. Listening to Lex and Dr. Andrew Huberman on Lex Friedman podcast, and yeah, there you go. So yeah, the car stuff was pretty crazy, extremely upsetting. Maybe I'll manage to get up to Virginia International Raceway, but I did do some stuff to the car. It is running a lot better. And the suspension is already a lot better. I haven't even got the back ones on yet, but it's made a huge difference already. What else is going on? I saw Zelensky's got his posed sitting on stairs and shit, which is wild. Looks like a little bit propaganda-ish. I gotta say, it's pretty wild. And now they're talking about Putin's talking about dropping, or he's not talking about, other people talking about him using tactical nuclear weapons, which was something I said a couple weeks ago. Sadly, if y'all look that up, you go back and listen to what I said about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks ago. I said that I wouldn't be surprised to see him do some shit like that. So don't be. Now that you see it in the mainstream media and everything, and people are talking about it, it's not that far-fetched that I could be right about that, which is not cool. But yeah, really enjoying working with the little car. It's been fun. It's so easy to get to everything. Apparently all that stoplight that dude put in the power steering seems to have stopped it. I sprayed it all off with brake cleaner, cleaned it all up, and I don't see it being wet anymore. So I think it's stopped. I'm not sure. Speaking of, I'm not sure. I've been watching this dude, Vice Grip Garage. It's hilarious on YouTube. His name is Derek Beery or something like that. And he's fucking hilarious. Dude's been cracking me up. Yeah, one man's trash is another man's treasure. See, he's all about restoring a car, where this dude told me I should sell the car down the road, basically, and give somebody else the problem, telling me. It's just like, oh my God. The way he talked to me was unbelievable. It's enough to blow your mind. But yeah, I've been working around the house here. I've been trying to finish up painting the house. Started it last year, of course, as I'm like my dad. I get about 4 or 5 projects going at once, and I can't ever finish one. So I've been trying to finish up some projects, and it's trying to make me feel not so much like my old man. And we had Tanya's sister with us this weekend on Easter, so that was nice. I got to visit with her, even though she is a handful. Just all of her crazy, obsessive stuff. The way she watches you like your TV show. It's pretty wild. But she's mentally handicapped. It's not all her fault. Some of it is because, she's just a product of her raising. Which is, again, not her fault. But she seems to, it's hard because she's mentally handicapped and she's not that smart. So, her IQ is around 42. And so she does things and you feel like she should be able to not do those things because of how smart she is about certain things. And so there's always a question of how much she can, how much she does know that she's doing, because she's also very manipulative. So it's it's always a game, and she's constantly pushing the limits of that game to see what she can get away with, which is interesting. It's interesting to say the least. But she hasn't been home in a while, so Tanya had her for the weekend. So yeah, it was fine. It was nice. I mean, we used to live with her, so it's not like we don't know how to live with Tasha. It was just like, woo! After she leaves, you just feel the pressure lift, which is pretty wild that somebody can affect you that much. So it just shows you if you're out there living in working in a place where everyone is toxic as fuck. Just even though you think you're not affected by it, you are. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild, man, how shit will affect you without your even knowing that it's affecting you. But still not drinking, y'all. Definitely not drinking. Taking a lot more depressants and apparently bipolar medication too now. And the struggle is real, man. When you got real depression, it's fucking not no joke. It's wild, man. And seems to be getting easier. But yeah. Anyways. Vice Grip Garage has been fun. Been watching that. Shit. I don't know what else is going on around here. Oh, shit. Baycott is staying fucking for senior year. I haven't heard anybody else say anything about it. I don't know what Love is doing if he's leaving. I don't know if Davis is coming back. I hope he is. But, that's fucking good news for next year's Tar Heel basketball team. And, man, I hope you guys will start to get to see this. I'm just not even going to try to load this video up onto Spotify. It just doesn't seem to want to load. So just going to load this video. It'll be available on YouTube. Please like the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If y'all would do that stuff, it really helps the algorithm. Puts my videos and shit out for more people to pay attention to. So if y'all who do listen haven't liked my stuff, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. It really, really would help me out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing these things. I mean, that's what everyone says. If you want to be successful at this stuff, you got to keep doing it. And I'm only on number 28, which is not very many. A lot of people do this shit for years before anybody really starts to pay attention. So I feel good that I've got, somebody in Russia listening, and Iran, and France, and Puerto Rico, and all over the U.S., and a bunch of people here in North Carolina, of course. And so I see that y'all are out there. I just don't know who you are because you're not ever sending me any comments. So you can go on our website. We have a website, talesfromthetarheelstate.com. So you can go on our website and leave comments. Tanya has a blog on there. So you can go on there and check all that stuff out. And you should be able to leave comments on Spotify. You should be able to on YouTube as well. And I check the dashboard, at least once a week to see if I'm getting any responses from you guys. And I would love to get some responses. So give me something else to talk about. Ask me a question. Shit, I don't know. I've done all kinds of crazy jobs. I used to be a blaster. I worked with fucking dynamite every day. I've done so much crazy shit. The Festival in New Orleans tour, making the tea. I've washed dishes. I worked with Bus Hubbard doing tree work at UNC in the forestry department for 2 years. Shit, man. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I've helped build horse barns and apartment buildings and additions on houses and landscaping. And, I've done a lot of crazy shit. I was a pesticide applicator for many years. So, you guys can ask me a plethora of things. I've worked on vehicles a lot. I'm not a mechanic, but I do know how to change out some parts. I'm not even really good at that, but I'm not afraid to try. And, you know, like, a lot of life is just not being afraid to try. Even though I felt very alone a lot in my life, I still tried to keep it on. And a lot of times where I thought about not keeping on, I'll tell you that shit, and that ain't no joke. I'm not kidding about that. Anyways, hit the notification bell, you guys. Please subscribe, like, all that good shit. That would be fucking awesome. And I'll try to get better at this camera thing. It's kind of a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit nervous and shit like that. So we'll see how it goes and see if this is better than the last one. I was pretty close to the camera. I wasn't sure how to set this thing up. So I've got to set up a little different now, and we're going to try to sync it all up, like I said, and hopefully it'll work out. And thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.